usual, I forget to clean the lens off of this. I like to clean my lens every time in case it gets like all foggy or whatnot. And I'm outside the distilleries district right now. Quick cross here. Hey Juanita, always the first in the chat. Happy Saturday to you and welcome. It's like an elevator shaft, but I don't know. No, I think I'm wrong. Let me go up a bit closer and see what this actually is. It looks like an elevator shaft from a distance, but it wouldn't make sense to go anywhere. It doesn't lead to anything. Now would it? So obviously this is some sort of distillery machine, which would make more sense than what dumbass thing I just said, but that's really cool. Thank you. I figure I just, kind of a slow night for me. I just walk around a bit towards the lake shore and I'll swoop up around back home, I guess, after this. The gimbal seems to be getting worse and worse as far as angles go. Notice that it's always at a tint off of the angle degree, no matter what I do, but I digress on that. Worst things have happened. It's okay. If I have to dismount and just hold it with my fingers, and I'm prepared for that. It certainly wouldn't be the first time. But I love this right here. It's these dark blue skies with these overcast, even darker clouds. It's nice and breezy right now. I will not complain at all about the weather. Doesn't say what that is, it's just a lemon. Alrighty then. Lamb and water, ha ha. Yes, very nice guys. Very nice view, I agree. That's it. I'm dismounting. I'm tired of that angle. Just like, I'm tired of it always being on a slant. There we go, that's better. Nightwalker activated, Bob. Welcome. I kind of want to go to the more isolated parts right now. Not so heavily condensed with pedestrians. But for a Saturday night, traffic's pretty backed up now, isn't it? I'm low-key tempted to go to Cherry Beach again, but I don't know, kind of been there, done that. So maybe Sugar Beach? Though I do prefer the isolation of Cherry Beach to be much preferable to me. I don't know. Let me see how I feel when I get to Front and beyond. Hey, Medana, welcome. No, you won't, Bob. That's a good point. Let's put my flash on. I believe that's a Lakeshore East, heading towards Union Station. Yeah, I'll go to Cherry Beach another time. What I'm gonna do is just kind of swing a right, and I probably won't go any further than Sugar Beach. Yeah, I'm not even paying attention. I see more than my share of odd characters daily, so it's kind of the norm for me in my area. Yeah, he's put off his rocker, but you know, I'm not going to exploit him. Look how nice and clear that lane is. Well, all three. We can pass to this point, but have to wait for the next light at Lakeshore. I could just tell this guy wanted to run a red light. He just really wanted to. Am I pretty mature? Well, every single time, it's like they always want to run the amber. They'll speed it up instead of slowing down. And then, you know, that's why there should be more red light cameras, to be honest. And people have their opinions about speed cameras, but all right then. Well, speed cameras, but again, it's like it's safety for like society. Because when you see lunatics like that, honestly, it's putting pedestrians in danger. And I've seen some drivers that are pretty horrible. I don't know how the hell they got their license. So it's a debatable subject, but yeah, they do overcharge some people, but at the end of the day, I've been almost killed too many times by people that are not paying attention. So I don't think these idiot drivers should get a pass for just being idiots. But again, that's just my opinion. And I want to kind of go down there. The road's closed, but can I? Yeah, I can dip around here. Closed for what reason, I do not know. Anyways, where does this lead me? I guess I can kind of escape somewhere down there. There's the Porsche dealership. I like Reese's. I like the white chocolate Reese's personally. And for all you vegans out there, they now have oat milk at McDonald's. I was vegan back when it was ahead of my time, back in what, 2015 to 2017. I was the OG. Now it's just, you know, hip to be vegan. And you know, this is kind of an eerie calmness to all the traffic and everything going on right now. You got an empty parking lot with one lamppost with 4 lights, and you sense the absence of all the cars around here. I could go that way, but I'm gonna definitely go that way, so. The windows for the Porsche dealership. And another look at one of the unique architectural designs of all the condos in Toronto. I feel it's very rare for two to look alike, and you got to give it up to that, to the architects of this city. Don't know what purpose this serves. It's just a big white rectangle that is in the way, and I don't think it serves any purpose at this point. But it's there. Scotiabank and Osmos. Go to Popeyes. And we got some planes landing nearby to Billy Bishop Airport. Got a Cadillac Escalade wannabe, which is a Chevy Suburban. Looks valid enough to me though. Yeah, Bob, it's just a bit south of the Globe and Mail. And I'm on the lakeshore right now. And I'm just passing Laura Sherborne. Well, about to pass Laura Sherborne. Vivian Johnson, hello, welcome. Happy Saturday evening to you. Got a cool little pond here. Some interesting architecture around this. Bob says that is right where he parks his car right when he comes into town. affordable parking around here, I guess. Am I crossing a red light? Yeah, I am. Am I breaking the law? Yes, I am. That's just the rebel I am. And there's one of the Pinnacle sky cranes up there. Same company that is working on the Sky Tower. It's just getting taller and taller by the day. And that's the view I love right there. Pretty much approaching Queen's Quay, yeah, absolutely. Getting to that proximity, for sure. I want to cross so bad, but how many laws am I breaking today? Well, traffic laws. Please don't report me. I think I can make it. I have faith. So, as you can see, this is a cycling lane, very well constructed one. I will not go on here, obviously. But it's interesting how no streets, well, some streets have like no bike lanes at all. They are not a priority in any way. Yet in this area, they create like what, a 10-foot plus space, all dedicated to bike lanes and joggers and runners, but obviously the cyclists and probably the e-bikers will exceed them in speed. And there's a Sky Tower right there, right next to Canada Goose. And it's getting just taller and taller. Not quite at the point of the BMO Tower yet, but it's reaching there. I'd say at least 60 floors by now. There's a Shoppers Drug Mart for all your Tums needs. And I guess some other things. Am I at Cherry Beach already? I am. Cherry Beach. Sugar Beach, sorry. I'm gonna go down here, actually. This is what I've been waiting for. As much as I love the bright city lights, I like to also go and check out the lake. Not sure what this guy's doing. Don't think he knows either, but as long as he doesn't try to run me over, then I guess I'm all good. Okay, like, dude, what are you doing? You're blocking the walking lane, but yeah, staring at me like I'm the idiot. But I digress. Anyways. These almost resemble willow trees, but they definitely are not. That was hilarious, Bob. When Brad honked at all of us, I was like kind of triggered at first until I realized it was him. I went from anger to laughter pretty quickly. Yeah, right outside there, aren't I? Now this is what I came for. Stare at the city all day, but I love looking at the water. And another plane that seems to be descending to Billy Bishop. I agree, Vivian. You get the reflection from all the lights here and it just amplifies it. And you got quite a few amount of people here, despite the late time of day, you know. I remember this exact location when I first tried to go live a few months ago. Didn't quite work out the first time, but a couple days later it did, and I could see a submarine right there. That little black spot that you see is a submarine. How cool is that? That's probably one of the biggest cranes I've ever seen. And another crane going up. Pretty damn large itself. Carrying a bunch of concreted sand or whatever it is. See the Google building in the distance. Another nice tall condo there. All right, that was my destination. Now I guess I'm on my way back home. Honestly, this is a very vibing spot for this time of night. It'd be awesome for like me and a couple of friends to go out here to a couple of these chairs, you know, crack a couple of cold ones and have some food and just observe the scenery. I prefer nights over days anyways, and to me this is just blissful. I know, Bob. How about this? I'll sit here for about 5 minutes. How about that? Got a convenient chair, well, double chair right here. Five minutes exactly. Okay, I'm checking my watch. My watch says 8:35, though I think it's probably a bit later than that. So I'll leave my watch says 8:40. No, they aren't. It's gotten colder and they have screwed off, which is another bonus. Another reason why I love colder weather. There are more reasons than I can count, but I'm really curious about this crane right here. Like, you can see the dust there. It's lifting up some sort of concrete, gravel, whatever, but hello, Harjot. Yoshi, welcome. I'm just enjoying my time right now. Again, I hope everyone's having a great Saturday. Thank you for all tuning in, you know. Sometimes we all need a distraction from the darkness that goes on in the world, and as my good friend Bob says to me, you know, that's why we do it, you know, to escape the chaos. Absolutely, I agree, Bob. I wish I could do this all day, but you know, people will start to get a little bit bored if I just sit here and fall asleep. So I'll sit here temporarily and then I'll head my way back home. And for anyone that's played Grand Theft Auto 4, come snipe me. Yeah, I'm far away from you, Yoshi. Yeah, anyone that remembers Grand Theft Auto 4, this is one of the final missions. They had a cargo ship just like this. It also said no smoking. But I don't think this ship heads anywhere. It's permanently docked. And it's just a nice, you know, landscape view called Tufty. And there's the ferry heading to Toronto Islands right now. And most of the people are out there at the front. I saw at least about a dozen people. That's my ideal time to come to a beach, where it's not overcrowded, you're not overheated, you're not blinded by the sun, and you just enjoy the atmosphere, basically. Okay, I got about 2 minutes left and I'm gonna head back home. There goes that crane again. And I'm just curious, like, what are they lifting? Looks like tons of sand each time, but it's from the cargo area of this ship. I guess we may never know. Bob is a comedian, everyone. He's replacing Kurt. It would be very suitable. But yeah, like, other than that, like, I'm not sure where Sugar Path is. I think it's a little bit closer. down west there, but okay, I got about 30 seconds left before I head back up, back to ghetto land. I wish I could build a house here and live here, to be honest. Take one last glimpse. All right, back off I go. Throw my gimbal in my pocket, the useless gimbal that never ever fails to give me problems. All right, let's go. No swimming allowed. Yeah, I would hope not. Don't know what the hell is going on here, and I don't think I want to know. One last goodbye. All right, it's up to at least Truder I go. If not Dundas, and then I'll make my way back towards Sherborne. There's some TTC bus pulled over for some reason. By Sugar Beach. Seems to be sort of a recreational activity center here. Almost a bit of rock climbing. Something I'm definitely not suited for. Skill-wise or fear of heights-wise. So, what's going on with this bus here? I guess it just broke down, or they're waiting for someone to come tow it. Who knows? The driver is not in it, and it seems to be pretty much abandoned. I think Yoshi's a bit braver when it comes to heights than me, but then again, who am I to know? It's not hard to top my fear of heights. It's one of my biggest fears, to be honest. So I'm gonna dip around here. And this is where I successfully got some Tums about 3 weeks ago. Got Great Lakes Brewery here. A Canadian IPA classic company. Yoshi, I think you and Bob need your own comedy channel. I would watch every second of that. Heiko, a very expensive pizza bar. so expensive that they don't put the prices up. Well, I guess they do, but like you have to like squint in your eyes. Yeah, like a small medium pizza is $15. Please tell me I'm not blocked off or going to a dead end. Well, yes and no. It's one of those suspicious looking vans. It's like one of those vans you would see in movies where it suddenly pulls off on the side of the road and say, hey, come in, don't ask any questions. I got a punch of curry in the nose there. And I want to head that way. I think there's a sidewalk there, so I think I'll just cross over and come back the way I came. Oh, nice, Bob. Yeah, it's one of the bigger locations. Not yet, Yoshi, eh? Well, there's always tomorrow. There's always the future. Possibilities are endless. Sean bought almost all of the Tim Hortons bags of coffee. They don't have Tim Hortons down in Florida? The atrocity. And there's the access to the Gardner Expressway. So we just got the beans. But considering Tim Hortons, well, it was owned by Burger King, and I think another company took over that, so it's hard to keep up. It's a little awkward to have a cyclist coming right towards me. But he's trying to swerve around me, so. Normally I would complain about that, but I guess heading this way, there's nowhere else you can really go safely, so I'll give him a pass. It is one of my biggest pet peeves though, especially when there's a bike lane 3 feet to the left of you. I've seen, honestly, many cyclists in the dozens where they're on the sidewalk when there's a bike lane right there. It drives me insane. Yeah, I really don't know or can confirm that, but I think Tim Hortons like coffee. I bought ground Tim Hortons coffee. It didn't taste the same as store-bought, so. There's one thing I do know is that I don't know. And I'm already back at Lower Sherborne. So let's swing around here. I used to have that exact model bike. It's a Super Cycle 3X 100 or something like that. But it's a mountain bike, and I'm not really too fond of mountain bikes, so not even a couple months after buying it, I sold it. Not to mention I was in Scarborough, the land of the hills, up, down, so when I buy another bike, it'll definitely be a road bike, and it'll be on flat land like this. Globe and Mail. So I will cut this off at Shooter Street, which is about 3 or 4 blocks away. Just a heads up. A nice sort of a lower level parking lot there. Quite a big parking lot for a building that's, I guess, pretty wide but not too tall. Kind of hard to see from this angle, but so it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stories above the parking lot level, but it is pretty wide. We have 2 cars here that seem pretty illegally parked. Well, there's one dude in there, but I don't know, maybe he's a drug dealer or something. Let's take a look at this diamond here. Oh, that's a view I like. Please have your dog on a leash. I concur. How bright do I look? I'll be a lot brighter than my future. Drum roll here. All right. Crossing the Esplanade. They don't give you a lot of time to cross, do they? It's about 10 seconds before they start counting down saying you shall not pass. Which is frustrating with a lot of traffic lights, especially the pedestrian ones. It's like, you know, the ones that count down, but if you don't push the button, it'll like restart again. That's why I always push the button just in case. Got a Raba heading up there in the distance. St. Lawrence Pharmacy. Got a pretty nice Porsche there. Is it a turbo or Carrera? It's a Carrera, okay. I would give him a hard time, but he has this right in front of him, so I don't know. Should he be shamed or not shamed? You know, I would shame him of his man bun more than I would his parking skills. But I'll digress. Toronto's drop music guy, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining the chat and the stream. All right, I'm passing front. Next is King. Then there'll be Queen. And I'll end this at Shooter. Thanks, Bob. Yeah. It was almost a week since I did a pre-record or anything, so I figured, you know, I kind of like the quieter parts of the streets and also the darker ones, aka nighttime, so. Okay, it's Adelaide, then it's Queen. Here's some unhappy doggo. And usually the light for this is pretty short. Yeah, it's already counting down. So I'm not gonna run to get past it, but the thing that kind of sucks is you can't push a button for it to go further, and it takes its sweet time, so if you're still watching, you'll see what I mean. This is a lot more traffic heading east. Hey, Trojan Elk Explorer. Thanks for tuning in, man. Happy Saturday to you. Taking the time out of your day to come check out my channel. Much appreciative. Should I just cross? Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. It's okay, maybe not as long as I anticipated, but still, you know, long enough, I guess. There's some streetlights, honestly, even when you push the button, they take about at least a good 2 minutes. All right, Queen is approaching next. The only Tim Hortons in my area. Okay, sorry. Oh my God, I keep forgetting. Richmond, then Queen. Completely forgot about Adelaide and Richmond. I only live around here, right? Okay, this time I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna like dash for this one. I always seem to catch it right in the brink of turning red. Not a cannabis shop. Cannabis shop's right there. This is the mushroom shop called Fun Guys. There's a Subway, and the rest are kind of unknown to me. And it's called the Cham Scene. It's been sitting there forever. I've never seen it in operation. The lights are always on, but it's closed down quite a while ago. So I'm wondering what they're planning to do with that lot eventually. Do they want to renovate it for another restaurant or just make it something else entirely by demolition? I'm not really sure. Salvation Army homeless shelter here. Okay, and I will be wrapping this up with the lights here. One of Toronto's most infamous Dollaramas. Mostly not for good reasons. I go there quite frequently though. I never feel in danger because I'm just, I'm around here all the time. I'm used to this. But for people that are not used to this area, yeah, stay wary. Quite the difference of atmosphere from Sugar Beach all the way to here, isn't it? Only what, 15 minutes later? Suddenly it's like you're in Skid Row. But you still see the beautiful towers and the skyline in general. All right. Well, they should. Honestly, I agree with that, Bob. No one wants to face my wrath. On that note, though, I want to thank everyone for watching. Appreciate you all. Been a pretty enjoyable Saturday evening for me. and I'm just gonna go home and watch some videos and probably just head to sleep. Thank you to Bob, thank you to Trojan, thank you to Hardjot, Medano, Vivian, and everyone else. Appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one. Walker out.